Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, and thank you all for attending this. It's a bit of the story of the community we build in Romania. So it's geospatialorg is actually OSGeo Romania. It's just called that, and it's not just a website. It's more than that. It's a project that is done collaboratively in our country. And what we'd like to present is here today is how we did it, and what we achieved, and how can you do it if you are interested in such a thing. So the slides were prepared by my colleague Codrina. She's supposed to give the talk, but she's chairing another session in another room, so I'll be the one giving this presentation to you. So, but she did all the slides, and I didn't went through the slides, so it will be a surprise for me as well. I don't know what is after this one. So we started with this website called geospatialorg in 2007. Actually, we started a bit later, but a bit earlier, but we made it publish in 2007. And it was just a website with resources, with tutorials, with reviews, with articles and data. And it was started by frustration. It was just like going for the faculty, and the faculty did not have good materials to teach you how to use GIS and Earth observation data. And at that time, the internet was not like this today. So now you have Stack Overflow with all kind of nice things, and you have so many resources. But at that time, it was scarce, and Romanian language materials was not there. And we learned things difficult, so by trial and error. And we said, okay, let's try to present it to the others. And I personally attended the Phosgy in 2006, and for me it changed my life. I mean, it totally changed my life and the way I'm looking at software and the communities. And of course, we promote free and open source software, and open data principle, fair data principle, things like that, openness, open science, and everything. It's around this. So, and we see, and we think the map is a very important way of transmitting messages across various communities. It's very powerful, and yeah, we started publishing maps and data and the knowledge about how to create maps. In 2011, we become officially a local, the official local chapter of OSGeo, and always OSGeo is like our model of how to approach things and how to do things. Currently, we are reloading. the website is changing, but if you go to our website, you could find the old version and the data services that we have, and it's in Romanian language, most of the content. We have also some English content, especially when it is related to data, but most of that it's in Romanian language, and it's normal to be like that. And yeah, what we are doing, so besides this kind of articles and resources, we then gradually and slowly start to also do events, because people demanded. We start doing beers, of course, meeting in pubs and discuss about the things we are promoting. And then we had this idea to do like more formal events. And in partnership with universities in Romania, we started to do this regular OSGeo Romania Phosgy. And we've been doing quite a lot of events until now. So each year we have 3 events in 3 major cities in Romania, which is Timișoara, Cluj, and Bucharest. We started in Cluj, and that's why we had the most edition there, but now we are doing each year. And the events are like with 100 and in between 100 and 160 people. Now, because of the pandemic, we are streaming all the events, and we have a richer audience because people are attending also online via YouTube and so on. But and we have the same things like in Phosgy. We have talks, and then we have hands-up workshops. And I can tell you that doing this kind of thing, we really changed the life of some of the Romanian professionals. And that's the thing I'm the most proud, just because I know their story. I follow up with some of them. And just because attending this kind of events, they also change their life, and for the better. And that was great. And the most important part is not necessarily the formal content, but the follow-up, the pub race in the night, and open discussion. Romanians are not that. We are not asking so many questions. I don't know. We are conservative. It's from Central Eastern European country. We are not easily asking questions on a mailing list or whatever if we don't know an answer to something. But with a bit of beer, with being friendly, they kind of started to better connect. And we had thousands of people attending this event, and yeah, it was really great. And what I can tell at the beginning in 2000, when we started 2008 or 9, I was giving like free talks and free workshops, and it was so difficult for me. And now, for me, but also for other core members, we don't do anything. We just organize the event, and most of the content is provided by others because the community grew and we have plenty of things to show, and there's no need for the core team to be so heavily involved. And we also started to do slowly international events. The first one was about the historical cartography. So a number of us were passionate about this topic, old maps. Old maps can really tell you important things even today, if you try to understand how things evolved in the landscape, with the environment, whatever. But not only that, the politics, it also can be captured by the old maps. And we kind of after some years, we went to Vienna to a larger event. We have a side event there, and then we decided to have our own event in Cluj. And it was only 55 participants from 7 countries, but it was so good. And for many years, people remember that symposium, which was, it was the moment when you realize, okay, even if we are from Romania, we could do international events as well. And then we did what it was called FOSS for GC, Central Eastern Europe. I was in 2011, I guess it was. I was in Denver, attending the main FOSS for G, and I met this guy, which I was running in the morning, and he killed me over the hills here, Yahim Czepinski. And we were attending a workshop, and Yahim told me, hey, we apply to host a big FOSS for G in Prague next year. And it was a battle between China and Czech Republic to get this conference. And while discussing, and I'm nervous, waiting for the results, and while he was discussing, I got an email that FOSS for G will go to China. I was like, not know how to tell to Yahim, you see, it's not going there. Then we discussed about the fact that FOSS for G is quite an expensive event. And we'd like to have a European one, which was built on different principles. I mean, to be more accessible, because it's harder for us to afford to go to Australia, to, I don't know, Canada, US, and so on, and make it easy to attend by students and to be affordable. And we put a few things on how this event should be. And in 2012, they did it in Prague, and then next year we did it in Romania. And it was 200 participants, right? 70 countries, and it was a great experience. We didn't slept too much, but it was really, really, really great. And we got some more courage to do even bigger events. And then 2019 was the moment when we did this conference. We had more than 1,000 participants for many countries. It was an event that stretched us to the very limit of ourselves. It was all volunteer. We did all volunteer, and it was not easy. I was the chair, but I had a great team behind me, and I'll never do it again, never, ever. But it was great. For 8 days, the world was, the open source geospatial world was with eyes on Bucharest, our city and our community, our pubs, our places, and it was really, really great. And I see so many T-shirts from Bucharest, and I'm so happy with that. And we did a few things, but I'm quite sure no one will do it in other editions. It was a pretty crazy experience, but again, it was so rewarding. And I was in Florence last year, and I was walking with my wife on the street, and every 5 meters, 10 meters, someone stopped me, said, Bucharest was so great, and my wife said, I cannot go with you, and the city is too annoying. Where are these people? Why do they know you? Yeah, we just did this event, and they enjoyed it, and it was also streamed. It was the first time that the event was streamed. Many people told us not to stream it because then the attendees will get lower, but still we made 1,000, and it's not right here, it's 1,035 people attended the conference, and we also stream it, and it was really great. And being in Prizren, I know how difficult it is for a local committee from an Eastern European country to convince other countries of the world and people from other countries to attend. But yeah, that was the best thing we do somehow, and it was crazy. Some other ideas, and we do, as I mentioned, we do historical cartography, and we have a lot of this kind of data set that are geo-referenced and published online. And we have this like thousands of map sheets that you'd like to have it geo-referenced to be accessible in QGIS through web services, in Google Earth, whatever. Some people are using Google Earth because it's a much easier to use tool. They are not professionals. And we are only a few people. And then we created some interfaces and online tools for people to contribute, to write metadata, to contribute to that, and it was amazing. We had 600 people contributing to this. They got frustrated that they were the control points for georeferencing of the first, I don't know, 1,000 and something maps was so fast that some of them, they just created the account and was nothing to do anymore, and we had no maps left for them to georeference. And that was also interesting. And in that year, when we published most of our data sets on historical cartography, we participated to something called Open Data Challenge. Europe was discovering open data. And that an EC, the European Commission, started to make a policy of what is made with public money, it should be open and public. And they had this challenge, which was very interesting. And we applied with our project, and there are like 440 ideas presented there in 4 categories. And then I got an email that said, okay, you won the Better Data Award challenge, and Tim Berners-Lee was evaluated your project, and they said it's great, and please come to Brussels and present the project. And it was introduced by Nelly Cross, which was the vice president of the commission. That's a commissioner, and it was in front of 800 people at a big event, and it was a lot to take, and at that time for us it was so honoring. And you see a bit of work with the community, a bit of hard work, but it could pay great results. So, and then we met some very fantastic people there. Yeah, and yeah, we did it in Bucharest. So that's another idea we did, and that's the one that got the most traffic we ever had. So COVID arrived in the world, and after the first 12 cases in Romania, I said maybe we could put it on a map because COVID was a thing, and we created a platform It was Covid19 geospatial.org, and then we see what it can mean when you have 60,000 people in real time accessing your website. Until now, we had like 500, 300 per day, and that at noon we have like 40,000, 60, 80,000 people trying to get this content. And we went to, so it was media in Romania got this, and each day you could see it on television, on newspapers. They're using our charts, our products. It was the cases, the distribution of the cases, because the government just issued each day a report, which is a Word document, and we spend a lot of time copy and pasting numbers from that document and create maps and charts and so on. And we do impact things. We presented charts on what happened with transportation, with the health system. And it had a great impact. And we got so many good messages. Someone sent me a message, said, thank you so much for what you are doing. I'm an analytical person. I'm afraid of this pandemic, and that I might get killed and my family. But I'm an analytical person, and if I see numbers, if I see it like this, I could cool myself. And that was again a great thing. And again, it was done with no money. The government spent a lot of money creating other tools that are far more useless and not used. And yeah, again, it was just a couple of us, just 2-3 days of coding, and that was it. And it's still getting traffic. I don't know why, but it's yeah. And we got we applied to Carto to give us some grant. We applied to Amazon to give us some grant, and we got this kind of thing. And yeah, we were supported. I mean. Okay, other things we do. We are also running something which is called Romanian Cartographic Association, which is a side project. It has an old history, but we kind of took it over, and we do contests for students to create maps, and we get some sponsors, and we offer prizes, and it is something that they enjoyed very much, and they are so creative, and they could do such nice things. And this is one of the things we did. And we are also a member of ICA, which is an International Cartographic Association, and they have a yearly contest for kids, and we try to spread the news in the schools in Romania about this contest. And we got some submission from these kids, and they also won the prize of at that year, and they were like really kids, and they did a cool project, and it was all over the world that these kids from Baku took the best prize, and it was also so rewarding to see that these things can happen. And yeah, we also work with NGOs, many NGOs in the country. They do all kind of studies. We have an open data portal, and we are part of the movement that created that portal. We discussed with the government, and we said all the data that is created with public money should be public. And it was a big fight. We started in 2012, and it was many years until they slowly published more and more data. And we are working with this kind of NGOs that don't know how to do maps. They have cool things, investigation about the public spending on the money, all kind of journalists, investigative journalists that are doing all kind of, I don't know, about how we import and burn all kind of waste in the country, all kind of things that they could all be part in a map which will tell you the story better. I mean, a map is more than 1,000 words, and we don't have the energy anymore. We keep asking us to do things, but yeah, we have limited time. But this NGO and connection is also very, very important, and we are all well known now in this world just because we help them to create maps. Yeah, we have all kind of things. We have election maps that are very popular as well. We started it, I don't know, many years ago, and now, each time we have elections, and next year we'll have 4 rounds of elections, and already the pressure is building on us. Newspapers and the association that want for us to provide things in real time if it's possible. And we did hackathons, all kind of hackathons with the help of the government, with the help of other NGOs and whatever. And it was really great. Many people attended. And we're mostly well known, I have some friends here in the room and they know it very well, it's the social events we do. And yeah, you could go for many hours in the pubs, but that kind of was the secret to build this, what I presented to you today. Meeting and establishing good relations then help you to professionally do work. Okay, we are on social media, of course, you could find us. We have active mailing list with 1,000 subscribers, and we from time to time post on social media networks. And yeah, I don't know what Codrina put here. Yeah, there are a few things to take from this. There are no cutting corners in community building. You have to do real work, and if you do it, you'll have results. You have to do work, and to be kind is very important. And people will understand when you're kind and you do things from your heart. So, thank you for attending this talk, and yeah, see you around. Connect, make friends here.